Herm Schrader on the Dirty Mo Media platform from the middle of America in St. Louis, Missouri starts right now.
Hey, that's not Charlie, and I don't know where he's at.
That is not Charlie, everybody. And we want to welcome into Herm Schrader, our new producer, our new sidekick, and we all know him, the great Craig Moore, senior producer and audio engineer at MRN Radio. Hello, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to be with you guys. I'm looking forward to this.
So you
Charlie,
in Charlotte? Concord area?
Yeah, I live in Salisbury, but work in Concord, North Carolina, not New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So Charlie, everyone, has decided to work harder on the Kenny Wallace YouTube show. Charlie is still part of the Dirty Mo team. He produces and he shares the Kenny conversation with Mike Davis and Tiff and everybody over there. But Craig, I'm excited to see you, man. You've been a racer. How long have you been at MRN?
I've been at, so I'm going on 18 years now. Started out in engineering, going to the races, setting everything up, all that kind of stuff. We built a new facility in Concord, and I believe, was it one of your old race shops, Kenny?
No, that was that was Michael Cranifus.
That was Cranifus.
Yeah, I used to stop by there at happy hour though, so it's like I had my own office. You know? But it was Michael Cranifus' shop.
So we built out there, and now we're in the new NASCAR production facility just down the street, next to the R&D center.
I'm glad to know that. I haven't been in that area for quite a while, and my gosh, Kenny, you and I lived 27 years, 1 mile from the old MRN studios. And I'm glad to know MRN. I now know where they are. Thank you for that info.
Well, stop by anytime when you're in town. I know that's not often, though.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
we're glad
everyone.
to have you.
Thank you.
There he is. I call him the great Craig Moore because when I use the word great, that means he's been around and he must be good because they don't keep people that long if they're not very good. So thank you for helping Herm Schrader out. Let's get this show rolling. We got a lot of topics today and quite possibly one of the best weeks at Loudon, New Hampshire in 15 years. But let's start out with K. Schray. Kenny, what did you do? Let's not mess up our rhythm right now. I mean, what did you do over the weekend?
We got rained out. Friday, Grant City. They called it because it was supposed to be thunder showers, which missed us, but 5, 6 o'clock. So they made the right call. That was Friday, and we went down the road, Benton, Missouri, Saturday, and was the first loser. Finished second. So that was it for the weekend.
I like Benton. Smooth racetrack. It looked good. It was good.
It was good.
And I'm like Kenny Schrader. I was going to race Friday at Granite, got rained out. And, we'll just start right now with Loudon, everybody. I flew up to New Hampshire, went through, crossed my fingers, guys. I went through Chicago O'Hare Airport on my way. I went to Manchester instead of Boston. And I made it up there and got that. I know some of the tough guys looked down on me. I went with the Lazy Man Lobster at Macri's.
That's what I was going to ask, if you went there right off the bat.
I did. It was awesome. Some of the guys think I'm a wimp, but, it's not like do you eat lobster, both of you? Craig, do you eat lobster very much?
I love lobster. My father, they had a summer home in Maine. He grew up in Manhattan, and he is the master of a lobster roll. It's just the best in the world.
Yeah.
Kenny?
I like it. Don't eat it much, but I like it.
Did you know, useless information, I just got to get this out of my head. It was a poor man's meal years and years ago. Like it was sort of give it to the poor people. And I'm like, here we are now. Now, if you go up there, the locals literally, it's confirmed. I confirmed. The locals look at you like, are you crazy? That stuff's too expensive. You shouldn't be eating it. I'm like, look, I'll never eat it. Just give me a bowl of it. So, we did that on Saturday. Met with one of Jason Keller's old crew members, John Kowalski. Tough name to say, but he ran fuel for Jason Keller. We've stayed friends, him and his wife. And okay, Kenny, did
Big
you
race.
watch it?
Good race.
Yeah. What did you see?
I'm going to liken it to Gateway, because who in the hell would have ever thought you'd see cars 3 and 4 wide at Loudon?
Yeah. Oh,
my gosh, they just run all over that place. And then Kozlowski's little deal, I guess 5 wide's probably the limit. There wasn't quite room down there. There was enough room if everybody else would have been closer. But, that's just a phenomenal race. That place, the storylines we see again about track position, which we all know and how important that is. But we were seeing guys come from a ways back and make it up to or second place finisher for one. He was at the back several times.
I'm going to go with something because I was there, right? And this is 3 races in a row, guys, where we got vibe. The Southern 500 looked good. St. Louis looked good. I mean, we've got excitement, and it feels like something's changed. I can't really put my finger on it, but when you're there, Kenny, I got to tell you, they did something that was rare to me. They told me numbers, and you and your partner, Bob Sargent, you guys taught me about promoting, but they walked right up to me, the executives, and they said, hey, we had 5,000 people at the dirt race, which they have a dirt track on property. They had 21,000 people on Saturday. And Chase Briscoe, when we had him on Trackside Live, Chase Briscoe said to the crowd, he said that was the biggest Saturday crowd I've seen in my NASCAR career. So I'll start with you first, Craig. What's going on with NASCAR the last 3 weeks? Seems like we got a positive vibe.
I think that people are just excited about the playoffs. The racing's been, as you just mentioned, exceptional. We've had some good finishes. When you're going 4 or 5 wide at Loudon, that's amazing. And I just think that there's a lot of momentum in the sport right now.
Let's go to what's the survey the one guy always does, Kenny?
Jeff Gluck.
You always got the number.
Yep. Let's look at him right now. We will. It don't take me anything right here. Jeff Gluck. Here he is. So it's Monday morning, everybody. Okay, there it is. Was New Hampshire a good race? And for everybody on the Kenny Wallace YouTube show, you can see it. 77% say yes. So there we are again, trending big. That's 3 weeks in a row, Kenny.
Yeah, and isn't the cars and the guys just put on a good show. It was very entertaining.
All right, so
and Team Penske is going to be tough.
Yeah, this is funny. Mobile won 301, and I looked it up. It was 300 when Bruton Smith bought the track, and he said they wanted to go the extra mile. So, I mean, I don't know if there's any more to it, but it was the Mobile One 301. I just thought that was funny.
I think it started out. I'm sure we used to run 312 laps up there. I thought we ran 312 to be 500 kilometers, wasn't it?
Is that when that was a big deal, like metric and stuff?
I don't know. I thought it was 312 laps, but I've hit my head a lot too, so maybe it wasn't.
So they get this race rolling. And Kenny, you're right. You and I raced there for years. I mean, I would run 10 laps to set somebody up. Our whole careers are. What was going on? Why were they racing so good? I guess the tire? What's your thought?
It's got to be tires, track, and car. I mean, it's all it can be. That combination, that car, the track, the tires that Goodyear brought, allowed them to run all over the racing surface.
This was funny to me. During the race, all the other teams, Craig, were you with MRN? Were you producing anything during race day?
That was a PRN race.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
it's funny, Kenny. They're like all the teams. You know, in our day, Kenny, it's like the 12 car, the 6 car. All the teams started saying the yellow cars. It was Blaney and Logano. They said those yellow cars are fast today. All the teams up and down pit road, and those were the players until Josh Berry showed up. But Joey Logano
car.
Yeah, Joey Logano. Here he is again, Kenny, and he's pissed everybody off. Here he is again.
Yeah. And remember, Josh Berry is a yellow car.
He was red and Josh came at the end of the race.
It's a Penske car.
Yes, good.
It's a Penske affiliation, Wood Brothers car.
Is this where you corrected me?
Right? No, they told me just talk when you say something wrong.
Hey, you're right. It was an all Penske weekend, so to speak, right?
Yeah, it was pretty stout.
Which Penske car didn't run good? Don't they have 4? Logano, Blaney, Hendrick. Where did he finish?
He wasn't. All right, Craig. This is where we need help.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. They were interviewing him afterwards. He couldn't have been too bad.
Where was Hendrick at, Craig?
So I'm looking right now. Hendrick finished 17th.
Well, he was off that day, obviously. But still, if you put 3 of the 4 right there, that's pretty stout.
Okay, so it was a hell of a race. Blaney wins his first at Loudon, 3rd of the year. But most important, everybody, Blaney says he's been wanting to hold that effing lobster for 30 years.
Yeah.
He's a kid, you know,
yeah.
and we call it Loudon the Lobster. He's the only driver I know, Kenny, that really wants to hold that lobster. Everybody else is afraid of it.
I've seen guys when they're holding it, it's like they don't look thrilled to be holding it. And then I saw something yesterday somewhere about they wind up making that lobster into a real trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. During Trackside Live yesterday, you know, we had Kurt Busch, who was the Grand Marshal, and Ricky Craven is back home. He's moving back there. He bought a racetrack. They laid out the red carpet for Ricky.
Oh, well, they should. I mean, Ricky's very important to Northeast automobile racing. They
presented Kurt Busch. You know, he was the first driver, I think, in 2004 to win that trophy. Well, he was weirded out when they first gave it to him way back. And he tried giving it to like a humane society or something. He kind of jumbled the trophy up. So they said, okay, you got your head screwed on straight, Kirsch. Here's a real trophy now. So they represented the trophy to him.
But they don't give it. I mean, it's live when you're holding Victory Lane, but when they give the trophy, it's not live. This thing was mounted on wood yesterday. I saw it. It hangs on the wall. It was mounted on a wood plaque.
Hey, as we say, everybody, respond right here. Craig, do you know more about that?
That's the first. I did not see Victory Lane, so that's the first.
Yeah,
it's real.
When they hold it in Victory Lane, it's real.
Right. Yeah.
But then they freeze it. I don't know what all they did, but it's not alive when it's hanging on the wall.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so it is a good race, and Craig, this is where you come in. Before we go on to the controversy, Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin, can you give us? Kenny and I love this. Can you give us the top 10 rundown and where we are in the 12 playoff the points? So let's go with the rundown.
So top 10 rundown, you had Ryan Blaney winning the race, followed by Josh Berry coming on there at the end. Didn't quite get there. William Byron, third, fourth, Joey Logano, followed by Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, and rounding out the top 10, Chase Briscoe.
There he is again, Kenny. That's 4 top 10s in a row for Chase Briscoe.
Yeah. They're one of the boys.
Chase Briscoe said yesterday on Trackside Live, he said, hey, I've never drove for this team. It was kind of new. He said, in a joking way, I guess it took us 20 races to get going. And man, as he got going.
Well, and I think, I don't know all the statistics, but the first half of the year was terrible for Blaney. And they keep saying the first half. And then the second half has really been good.
I think there's something about these flat tracks. I'm not sure, everybody. Respond right here. But Blaney wins at Loudon, and we know how good those Penske cars out there at Arizona, at Phoenix. Okay, we have 2 more to go. Where are we at with our top 12 in the points before we start kicking another 4 out?
The last time you said before we kick out 4. Sounds mean, but it's pretty cool.
It does sound mean, Kenny.
Sounds mean,
not very nice.
But it's pretty cool because that's what I mean. We're not kicking them out; they just can't. They're not in the big game no more.
Did you say that's what Ann says to you? Ann says, "Are we watching this week? They're going to kick out some drivers."
No, she did tell me that yesterday. She says 21 car is going to get there. I said, "No, it's not. It's not going to get there." It's not.
Kenny, did he? I was on the plane, but did he try getting there and get real loose? Did I hear?
He tried getting there and it got tight on him and stuff. And getting there, he got within the car length maybe, and getting there, and you know how much difference it is between getting there and passing.
Yeah.
But then they were talking about team orders. Well, I guarantee you, there's no team orders for sure. Don't friggin' wreck each other, which we'll get to in a minute for another team. But there was no team orders. They both wanted to win that race.
Okay, Craig, finally, top 12 in points. Here we go.
All right, we got Ryan Blaney obviously leading the points, followed by William Byron, Kyle Larson 3rd, 4th, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin 5th, Joey Logano 6th, Chase Elliott 7th. Chase Briscoe is number 8, so he's right at the cutoff line. He's 12 points to the good. Right now, underneath the cutoff line at minus 12 is Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Tyler Reddick, and coming in 12th currently in points is Bubba Wallace. He is negative 27 points from the cutoff line.
Kenny, Jeff Burton made a big to-do on – I'm with Jeff Burton and I'm with you, Kenny. I mean, I'm excited just listening to Craig. I mean, we're going to already be down to 8. I mean, it's – and listen, they're all getting 3 races at a time to prove their worth.
Yeah, I mean, that's, compared to like football or something, you know, we're in the playoffs. So race-offs, whatever you want to call it, Mark.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
It's a catchy name.
Yeah.
Joey Logano had a good day. He gained 26 points and moved up 4 spots. William Byron, he gained 23, but he stayed steady right there in second position, while Bubba Wallace, on the other hand, he lost 28 points and dropped 4 positions.
Boy, those stage points sure do get important.
And see, that's what I think a lot of people are missing. I think NASCAR would want to advertise that stage points. Look, these drivers are driving hard. The winner of this stage just got 10 points. I think we need to remind everybody what you just said, Kenny. Them stage points are big.
Yeah, and it's bonus points for running fast. And it's what, you're top 10 at first stage, top 10 second stage. Just bonus points. I love it. I think it's good. Makes it important now. How you run all day.
We broke that race down the way we break it down because we got a lot of things to talk about.
Get to the wreck.
Yeah. Okay. So Ty Gibbs is running along. Denny Hamlin catches him. Denny's fighting for the championship. He's underneath Ty like a lot. Like he's up to his door, and they get to the corner, and Ty won't give it to him. And Denny finally says, I've had enough. And he just Harry Gants him. Just like he hits him, but he don't know he's being hit.
Wait, okay, Harry Gant. Very smoothly.
Yes.
Very smoothly, yeah.
Harry would move you and you wouldn't know you're moved. And Denny just barely put that bumper there and said, kid, You're pissing me off.
If it wouldn't have been for the TV cameras, he could have denied it, but he couldn't deny it.
Well, you going to go first or am I going to go first?
Oh, there's not much to say about it. I just, the neat part will be how it comes across in the meeting. At the team meeting, what's said there. I don't know. I can see for sure why Denny was aggravated.
Yes.
For sure. We were a multi-car team at Hendrick. Was only involved in a couple of those deals. And we worked it out in the Monday. No problem, and it wasn't a problem afterwards. It just, I'd like to know how that one's going to work out because it's a little different when it's grandson of the owner.
So, they do the interviews. Everybody goes rushing there after the race, and Denny gave a little bit of something, but didn't want to talk about it. And same thing with Ty Gibbs. He didn't want to talk about it. But Coach Joe Gibbs, I'll give you his quote. We'll leave it up to the drivers to handle their issues. That's what Coach said. They're going to have to look at each other.
That's what he said to the media.
Yeah.
That's what Coach said to the media. So who knows, Well,
I'm with you, Kenny. I mean it. I mean, if we're a 4-car team and you're not in the championship race and I've been up to your door a handful of times, let me go because we know Loudon. We know how hard it is to pass. And so I understand it. We're all racing for the win, but they weren't. I mean, let me go.
Yeah.
Harry, speaking of Harry Gant, he would chew my ass out. He goes, boy, we're not racing each other. We're racing that leader up there.
Yeah, not till the very end are we racing each other. We're racing a leader. And while you're jacking with me, we're losing time to the leader. We're getting farther behind him. So you let me go, I'll let you go at that point of the race. We'll race at the end.
All right, everybody. That was the Cup race.
I want to talk about Keselowski's. I could see it happening. It's like, oh man, I can get all of them. I'll just shoot up here on the inside. Oh hell, that
where was he
right
going?
There. He only needed 3 or 4 inches.
Turn 2.
There's room. I can make it. I mean, I know we've all thought like that before. It's like I can make it, and then you get in there. It's like, oh heck. I shouldn't have done this.
They close up like a hallway. That wall. Yeah. And let me say this, everybody. Kenny frowns on me doing this, but I started first 2 rows at Loudon, and Schrader starts 16th. And I looked in my mirror on lap 2, and Kenny Schrader come around the outside. Kenny, you blew by 8 rows because everybody was afraid to go to the top. Except you.
Well, it's just you go down the first turn. If it's okay, it's okay. If it's not, you lose 4 or 5 spots and get back in line. But no one's running real fast at the start. You could do it at Loudon and Martinsville sometimes. You could just Hail Mary that top, but now they just do it all the time.
I will never forget you doing that everywhere. To me. I'm like, Schrader's in the back. I look up in the mirror, Craig, lap 2. Early 1800s, as Schrader would say.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I said, that is not the Skoal car. It is. But to the contrary, if you run the bottom, coming off at turn 2, that wall is tall on the inside, way to the left of, the apron. And that's where Keselowski was going. He was going to make it 4 wide and, like you said, pass them all.
Yeah. It was just a good race. Good race. And I worked in the shop. I didn't get a lot of work done because I was watching TV more than I was working. But enjoyed it. Goes by quick.
When they're good, they do. Yeah, and they've been really good. Okay, we're moving forward, everybody. Corey Heim is projected to be the next big thing, and he is in contract with 2311. Where will they put him? I don't know, but here's the story. He wins the truck race on Saturday for his 9th win tying Greg Biffle for the most wins in Truck Series history at 9. Kenny, in a year. This Corey Heim is like, he's like Connor Zilisch.
Yeah. Well, that means, obviously he's doing a phenomenal job, just like the team is.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I'd like to involve you in this, Craig. We got 2 drivers this year that, in my mind, immediately need to be in Cup next year. You're ingrained in MRN radio there. What are you hearing? Are Connor Zilisch, which we know he's going to take over Daniel Suarez, what's the deal with Corey Heim? He should be Cup like now.
Yeah, everybody is well aware of the talent that he possesses. And, I can't speak to the powers that be, but I just know the talk back in the areas that I'm in is that, everybody agrees he needs to just shoot up in the Cup, bypass Xfinity. I don't know. I'm not a racer. I don't know how smart that is, but, that's just the people that are sitting around talking about the racing, talking about the races. Everybody believes Corey Heim is on the same trajectory that Connor Zilisch is in.
Kenny, where do they put him? He's 23 years old. Okay, he's super young, but we know how NASCAR is. What do we do? There's no rides open at 23-11 that I know of.
All we got to do is get rid of somebody. That's all. No, I don't mean 23-11. If any team, there's no telling what's going to happen. People get rid of each other all the time. People quit and. The owner will make a decision he doesn't want him back. The driver will make a decision doesn't want him back, and even though they have an agreement, they'll come to some kind of terms, and all of a sudden there's a ride open.
Denny Hamlin said Corey Heim is the most mature driver for his age that he's ever witnessed. That's pretty strong, and I think that's why he's there. Did he run dirt, Corey Heim?
I don't know.
And there's Corey Day, but this is Corey Heim.
Do not know.
Yeah. Okay. On the same day, on Saturday, how do we say his name? Ripkema, the modified winner, number 3. Please excuse me, everybody. This race was all another ground pounder, mind-boggling finish. Did you see it, Kenny?
No, but the modified races up there are just always phenomenal. Those cars draft so much down there that they get the old slingshot or whatever you'd call it, but they're able to use the air to get a run at them. Things make a big hole in the air with the tires sticking out and stuff. They're not very slick, but there's always the modified races are phenomenal up there.
21,000 people in the grandstand. They were on their feet. They go into turn 3, coming to the checkered flag. The 3's like, going to win it, but for some reason he just wants to guard and he turns right and he gets hooked. They tow it to victory lane.
Well, that 3 car has been up there racing forever. Not at Loudon. It's been Loudon forever too since open, but that 3 car has been a staple in modified racing up there forever. Hell
of a weekend at Loudon, everybody. And you got anything else to add before we move on? We got other topics, but
I remember going up there when they were building it, and I didn't even know they would started building it. And the Bear family had a couple of us come up, and it's like, holy hell! Out in the middle of nowhere, they're building this track, and they build a neat facility. I've not got to see the dirt track. I need to get up there and see that yet.
So, Kenny, we'll end like this on the NASCAR weekend. When you come to Loudon now and you come down that little 2-lane road, on the right-hand side, the property is shocking because from our days, the property starts like 2 miles early. So like 2 miles, if you pull into the dirt track, which is a real dirt track, it's not like makeshift. And then you're on the property, then you go into the woods and you go around and you can get around to the Cup track. But it is like, I didn't see Marcus Smith doing this. to me, NASCAR's there to stay. It's not going anywhere. Massive money spent. They had concerts. They got a place called The Groove where everybody can go and party at night. They got musical acts. This NASCAR, what Chris Blair and them doing here at St. Louis, it seems like it's ricocheting through all the tracks. It's like the NASCAR weekends now. And that was the vibe at Loudon. It's like party central.
Yeah, well, we've seen that at a lot of the tracks. I think they realize they got to do more things. It's not just a race. I mean, the race is the excuse you get to use to get all the people to come, but you got to have more to keep them entertained.
Kind of like the snake pit for the Indy 500.
That was a little different deal back in the day. It's not there anymore. Not like the old one, but they got the big party in turn 3 now.
Oh,
big time. Yeah, they got a big deal up there. Big.
Is it Snake Point
No.
2.0 or?
I don't know what it is, but they got it's very well organized by the Speedway. Snake Pit wasn't so much organized.
Okay. We're going to move on to dirt racing, everybody, because we got a lot of dirt racing to talk about. We just spent 30 minutes on NASCAR, and that was a lot. Kenny, I know I always do this disclaimer. I know you don't like to be bragged on, but Craig Moore's a dirt racer, and he sent me a nice note. He said, Kenny Schrader has wrote the foreword to Steve Kinser's new book. Tell me all about this. What an honor for you.
Yeah, I was pretty honored. They asked me to do that. Dave Algebright wrote the book, which I started it yesterday.
Ooh.
I've just got through like the 80s season. The Outlaws started in 78. And reading about Steve and them guys, Ted Johnson comes by and says, hey, give me $40 so you're a member. I said, member of what? He gives him $40. Next thing you know, he's, the Outlaw champion for the year, which started, they're just going to keep track of points for all the races that paid $2,000 to win or more, which they were just starting to get a lot of those races. But they're talking about, they didn't know nothing. And all of a sudden, they got pickups and open trailers, and they're going to California to race, and they're going to Washington State to race and stuff. He said, we didn't have a clue how to go up and down the road. But it's really, I've always been a Kinser fan, and I found it really hard to put down already. But I've also find Dave Algebright's books all good. So I called Hewitt years ago after his book, Hewitt's Law, and I said, man, your book's good. I said, I so much enjoyed yours and Wolfie's and stuff. He said, sounds like you're just a Dave Algebright fan, because Dave does a phenomenal job. But, he's had some fantastic people to do books about, too. Yeah,
that is really awesome. Well, congratulations. And I want to stay right here just for a minute. Craig, you do a dirt show with MRN. Remind us, it's a long-running show. Remind us about that.
Yeah, it's called Wing Nation. It's focused strictly on wing sprint cars, hosted by Steve Post, Aaron Evernham, and Ashley Stremme. And we've been doing the show for roughly, I want to say 15, going on 16 years now. Started out as just an audio podcast. We were on MAV TV for quite a while. Now we're just kind of a video, audio podcast show. And we try to dive deep into the personalities of the sport. For a while, we were, okay, let's get all the winners on from the past weekend. But now it's like, okay, everybody's doing that. When we first started the show, nobody was doing that. So now, okay, everybody's talking to the winners. Let's really get to know the people involved with sprint car racing. And we've done a really good job of that, I believe. It's kind of for all of us who are involved with the show, it's more of a passion deal than it is anything else, just because we love sprint cars so much.
And with that, I just want to carry this on just another minute. Kenny Schrader, Sheldon Schrader. I just love this quick story. Why did you name your son Sheldon?
Because I was a big Sheldon Kinser fan. And 1982, last race of the year in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, we were starting on the pole and the car blew up. I needed a car. We were racing for a championship. So Sheldon Kinser gave me his. And we started in the back and was able to run fourth maybe, but win championship. And just always was a Sheldon Kinser fan. Big news in the sprint car world this week with Rico getting hired to drive Tony Stewart's sprint car next year.
You know what? I like this because people are like, oh, Donnie Schatz and Tony Stewart after 18 years. I mean, my gosh, that was long enough. It's in a comedy role, Kenny. It's like, okay, it's time for you guys to split up. You've been 18 years together. It just happens, don't it, Kenny?
I think Steve and Carl were like 17 years, something like that. Steve, when he drove for Carl. But yeah, it's the surprise wouldn't be that they broke up. The surprise that a sprint car owner and driver made it 18 years together, Yeah. But Rico, it would be great. Now, unfortunately, the sprint car world loses a traveling team because Rico's, they didn't say anything. Tony's car, instead of being 15, will be 24 that Rico will be driving, or it'll be renumbered. But, I'm assuming that Rico's car won't be out there with somebody else in it because Rico will be concentrating on the Tony Stewart car. So, the world loses a traveling team, a stout traveling team. Rico was on it this weekend at Eldora. High limits were there. And he got passed on a last lap restart.
By Aaron Reitzel. Yeah.
But Saturday, it's like, no, that stuff's not going to happen again. He was up on it. So good racing. The Outlaws were out, California.
Tulare.
So yeah, $83,000 first place, I believe. By
an inch.
Yeah, by an inch.
David Gravel
by an inch.
Yeah, outruns.
They got rained out one night and $83,000 sprint car race. The late models were at Knoxville and they were turning over like sprint cars. Thursday night track was real heavy. It had some rain and stuff. Track was heavy. Hudson O'Neill, it was a sprint car flip down turn one. I think they got 3 or 4 of them upside down that night. It's pretty big. But Hudson come back and won Saturday night for $75,000.
I like the way you set all this up. I called Nick Hoffman. I said, Nick, what did I miss? Why was, Knoxville, Iowa for the Lucas Oil late model race, why was it so wet? He said, they had rain around 1 o'clock. And Kenny, was like the old days. They were sticking like glue. That is some good soil up there. It held the water.
Yeah. Knoxville's, it's just big old racetrack, 75 laps there is a long time for those cars.
Is it too long? They were really getting rid of cars at the end of that race. I was trying to stay awake. I did. Hey, that was okay. Knoxville. It's unbelievable. It's legendary, right? It's Knoxville number 1 is what the sprint car guys say. Eldora's number 2. That's what the sprint car guys say. Now, when I'm watching this stock car race, super late models, I'm like, this is the goofiest race I've ever witnessed on Saturday night. Hudson wins by 8 seconds. He's running this lower line that we both watch. It's like, why can't nobody else do this? It was like he was an animated cartoon character. He lapped all the way up to like top 10. Did you see?
Didn't Craig? Didn't he? It was like halfway or something before he got up there, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't recall.
He wasn't there precisely at the start of the race.
He found that lower line. Hudson O'Neal found that lower line. It was like
that's Knoxville though. Knoxville. Knoxville has a bottom and a top, and you don't. The middle is kind of no man's land. There's sometimes you can make parts of it work and stuff, but predominantly there's a top and a bottom.
So I want to go back to you bringing up, and I liked it that you brought it up. And I think they might announce this. Does Tony Stewart and Rico, do they stay high limit, or do they go to the World of Outlaws? Well, Craig, it sounds like you know something.
From what I understand, they're going high limit racing next year. They will not be. So the World of Outlaws will lose that car, and they'll be going high limit racing.
That's what they announced. But now Rico was already high limits.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But the Outlaws lose a car.
Just a massive car to lose. That they've won so many championships, so many Knoxville Nationals. It's
Nothing stays. Nothing stays the same.
Yeah.
It just all changes. And it's a big change.
Boy, you have taught me that through the years. I remember, complaining about something to Kenny Schrader, everybody, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And he's like, Herman, it's the same thing every year. I don't know what I was talking about. Maybe saving weight, magnesium rear ends, aluminum wheels, and spending money. And you're like, it's the same thing, Herman. It's every year.
Yeah. It's something newer, better. Teams come and go. It's no big deal.
Sprint car's healthy, though, don't you think, Craig? I mean, it seems like there's plenty of cars to go around.
It's the healthiest it's ever been, in my opinion. Not that I'm I didn't really get into sprint cars until we started doing this show, Wing Nation. But in the time we've been doing it, the growth that we've seen, who would have thought that you would have 2 410 National Touring Series?
Yeah.
That can live together and prosper together. Now, there may be some animosity at times, going on between drivers or whatever it may be. But then you've got the local racers. You've got Pennsylvania. That's healthy. The Midwest is healthy.
Yeah.
The All-Star Circuit of Champions is back via the High Limit. That's part of High Limit now. So it's extremely healthy. And then you got the King of the Outlaws, the King of the West out in California.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the ASCS 360 series. The purses just keep going up and up and up.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing in late models. Two national series, Lucas Oil and the World of Late Models. A lot of regional series. The little Mars series around here in the Midwest has really grown quite a bit, gotten better. And then you see some weekly shows that are just hanging on. People will come out and they will spend their money when they know they're going to see a good race. And when any of those series that we've talked about come to town, you're going to see a show that is well worth you paying $40 or $50 for a ticket to, because you're going to be entertained.
Yeah. I just want to say this. I'm thinking about the good old days. You'd go to Eldora and, there's 200 late models. Well, we don't need 200 late models. 60's just fine. The sport is very healthy, and they're paying $1 million to win every once in a while. And the new 10,000 to win is now 12, and now most of the times 20. It's like, where are they getting the money? We don't need 200 people showing up at Eldora, everybody. We don't need 200 cars. 60 is fine. So I don't want to hear it. It's back in the good old days, there are 200 cars. Well, that's too many. They all went home. So we're good now. Yeah, good point. Okay. I think we covered all the dirt racing. It was great dirt racing and a lot of money up for grabs. 75, like Kenny just said. What'd you say Tulare was? 80 to win?
83, wasn't it? It was it was the 83 car.
Meat packer car.
Yeah.
And
Mr.
then
Roth, Dennis Roth.
And then And then 70 to win the Lucas Oil Late model.
75, yep.
And then
the real question you got to ask is not where are they getting the money to pay the 75 and the 83. It's where are these guys getting the money to run up and down the road and spend $800 to $1 million running their dirt car all year. That's the question.
Jennifer and Richard Marshall are wonderful people. They give me a nice little sponsor, Priority Aviation. And they tell me when they go to the Knoxville Nationals in Knoxville, Iowa, their motor is like in real, like pushing $90,000 now because everybody gears up for the Knoxville Nationals. Yeah. That is just insane.
Yeah. Well, you use it some more, but.
Yeah. Well, you need it there. That's for sure. Yeah. All right, everybody. Here we are. We've been talking about this.
Let me throw something in there. Steve's book.
Yeah.
Said, end of the first year, they grossed with the Outlaws $133,000. So real quick, serious, like how much is $133,000 in 78 now? And it was like 680 now.
Wow. I had to go get it, guys. There it is. And check this out, Kenny. What an honor. For everybody on Dirty Mo Media, I'm showing the Steve Kinser book with Dave Argerbright, and there it is. Black, bold print, forward by Kenny Schrader.
Yeah. That was pretty neat when they asked. I think I was asked because I'd raced with Steve some in the past. We'd done a few little things together, nothing big, but I'd always been around him. When he ran the Cup car, ran some sprint cars with him. We ran team cars at Chili Bowl 1 year. We shared some planes together to get to some places and that. But I think the main thing is over the last 10 years of camping together at Volusia, that I've drank with him more than anybody else. So I think that's why I got asked. Yeah.
It is. I just got to say that when I go to Volusia, I do take like 10 seconds and I just stare. Craig, when Kenny Schrader and myself would be drinking beer and I wouldn't know somebody because Kenny's lived, I think I'm pretty worldly, but Kenny will give me a shortcut. He'll look at me while we're drinking and he'll go, hero.
Yeah.
That's Schrader's shortcut of telling me this guy is the best.
He's the man.
You do that some people when you go up and you meet them and, it's like meeting Bentley Warren, hero.
Yeah.
And stuff, You don't have to tell people about that, but it's just.
And when I go to Volusia, just finishing up on that, you're, as Ann would say, you're camper, which is a nice bus. You guys are parked close to each other, and I just stare. Craig, I'll look at him like, oh my God, there's Steve Kinser. He comes down there like it's just Florida, just relaxing.
Okay, Steve, like I hadn't had to buy hair yet, but I got a hat, but I didn't buy.
I bought mine.
I didn't buy hair yet, and Steve's always had this hair, a lot of hair and curly and all that. He walks into this luncheon thing we're at last week. I'm like, hell, that's Steve. He sat down. He went to one of them places, that takes your phone number, and and they look on their records how you want your hair cut. And he sits down, and she says, "Is this your phone number?" And he said, "Hell, by the time I get my glasses and start looking to see if it was my phone number, the clippers were going." He said, "Hell, I've never had clippers cut my hair in my life." He said, "Hell, I'll just be quiet and see how this winds up." It didn't look like Steve.
Yeah, that's something. I got to see what he looks like now. Now you got me. So, okay, we have come to the end of the show, everybody, and. Kenny, I'm a little bit like you now. Can I? Well, go ahead, Craig. You go. I'm going to save my joke and put it in.
It's joke time.
It's time for jokes, everybody. What do we got, Craig?
So let me bring up the first one. So it's from Anthony Bear. Why do blondes carry red pens?
Red pens like this?
Red pens, like pen.
Oh, yeah.
Red ink pen.
I don't know.
In case they have to draw blood.
Jesus, draw blood.
Okay.
What?
And now we have 2 from Roger Harshbarger. He says that his 9-year-old granddaughter told these to him. So have you heard the joke about the bed?
Mm-mm.
No wonder. It hasn't been made yet. And have you heard the joke about the sidewalk?
No.
Oh, come on. It's all over town.
Good stuff. Kenny, do you got one?
No, but that's as good as anything else we've had.
Oh, I got one that's pretty funny. Actually, I was traveling and saw it on social media, so I snapshotted it. Here's my joke. I could fart in my pocket and still not have a cent. You really got to think about that. Cent,
Cent money.
Yeah.
And scent smells. Yeah. So, okay, everybody, remember, as we say every single weekend, for our newbies, people to listen, if you want to see Kenny Schrader's pretty face, tune in to the Kenny Wallace YouTube show. If you want to listen to this, if you want to put those earbuds in and listen, we are on Dirty Mo Media. Until the next time, everybody, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.